But first, a breaking news situation developing this week in Albany. The College of St. Rose community is meeting right now to hear from administrators about the Board of Trustees' shocking decision yesterday to shut down the school at the end of this academic year. CBS 6's Tom Eschen is live in Albany with the latest information. Hey there, Tom.
With the county executive Dan McCoy just a few moments ago. First of all, he did applaud President Marcia White's efforts here to save the school, especially since she arrived in 2020. He did say she asked for financial help from the city and the county, about $5 million each. He also talked about the plans for possible mergers, or the proposals for those with local schools in the area. Dan McCoy telling me their last-ditch effort was to try a partnership with UAlbany. Obviously, that did not work out. As for the future of the property here, I also asked him about that today. Here's what he had to say.
And that's some of the things we're going to look at going in the future, maybe putting a bigger county footprint there to stabilize them buildings right away. So I got to talk to the chairman of the legislature, Andrew Joyce, and everyone else. And maybe it's time to, have a one-stop shop for all county agencies.
Much more from that conversation will be on our website, cbs6albany.com, here in the coming minutes. We also know in the coming minutes that the college is going to address the media here. We'll be in there asking questions about that. And, of course, the future of the students is on a lot of people's minds as well. But as for the workers themselves, I'm also learning from the county executive, layoffs, of course, are planned at the end of the road here. But in January, there's expected to be about 50 layoffs. He says they're going to try and absorb them within the county. So that's new information just learned here on CBS 6 News. Reporting live here from St. Rose in Albany, Tom Eschen, CBS 6 News. Administrators work to set the record straight about the difficult decision they made a day ago.
Our students, our faculty, our employees, the parents of our students had to hear this news in the press rather than from us today.
CBS 6 News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I am Tom Eschen.
And I'm Ashley Kuzakonki. Nobody could have expected on Wednesday when news broke that the College of St. Rose could end up closing due to financial issues and that the rest of the week would go the way it did.
Now, administrators remained tight-lipped yesterday after a Board of Trustees meeting. We later learned the board did vote to close in May at the end of this academic year.
If I say anything about her presidency, not just her legacy for the university, but what she tried to do in the end, she was pulling every Hail Mary.
Albany County Executive Dan McCoy says College of St. Rose President Marcia White put her heart and soul into stopping the College of St. Rose from closing. One of the ways, exploring mergers with other local colleges with funding included.
The request was to give us a period of time, we can call it runway, so that we are able to continue conversations with a partner, that we would be able to do a merger acquisition or something by the end of that year.
I know Mayor Sheen put a letter out there looking for $5 million. They were looking the same from us to help stabilize it for a merger, which would have made a lot of sense.
They made a last-ditch effort proposal that went before UAlbany. It didn't work.
So we had plans and we were working on it internally. And when you're working with other institutions, you sign NDAs, so I couldn't go out there and say, hey, by the way, I'm speaking with this college or university. It takes a lot of time.
What got in the way for some of those other institutions of partnering?
We signed NDAs, so quite frankly, that's information that can't be shared.
But prior to President White's tenure, debt on the college's buildings was on the rise, totaling about $50 million.
Every college we brought in to broker a deal with, you're assuming that debt. And that's a lot of debt to assume.
But officials say this property is vital, especially in an area which has struggled with crime in recent years. So now they're looking to invest themselves.
Is there buildings I can take over, for county facilities, to do some outreach? And that's some of the things we're going to look at going in the future, maybe putting a bigger county footprint there to stabilize them buildings right away.
McCoy says if approached the right way, repurposing a portion of the 87 buildings could be a positive for the tax roll and taxpayers, with other options like a police academy or a BOCES program also part of the conversation. Now, we have also learned, per the county executive, prior to the closure in the spring, St. Rose is planning on laying off nearly 50 employees by the month of January. McCoy telling me they're working to relocate the impacted individuals to roles within the city, county, and state.
It is true heartbreak for everyone to learn of the planned closure of the college. Students say they feel so lost, anxious, and disappointed even after a meeting with school administration.
Where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do?
That same question is weighing heavy on students, professors, and staff of the College of St. Rose. After a board meeting on Thursday finalized rumors, the school will be closing its doors. But that question met with frustration.
I've worked so hard in the nursing program. I don't want to have to retake anything. Like, this isn't my fault. I want all of my credits to transfer. When this happened with Cazenovia College, their students were given other schools. Like, I want that stuff and I want it now. Like, if I have to transfer, those applications are due in a month.
Finals week is coming up, so my mind is overstimulated. My track season about to start. It's ridiculous. I feel like we should end finals week. And it's like, we should get rid of finals week. Like, you can't be doing all this nonsense. Like, come on.
All of us are paying upwards of $60,000 to be here. And now that money just goes down the drain, or where does it go? A lot of us would like that money back.
Following a meeting with school administration on Friday about the closure, students say it's left more questions than answers, especially on transparency.
They should have been more transparent with us, especially transfer students.
Kishalis Morales, a sophomore and transfer student, left college a few years ago. She decided to return back to school, but the news of this academic year being done after 2024 forced her plans to change.
I started looking at other colleges. For me, I wanted to already move down to North Carolina, South Carolina. And I feel like this is just a sign, just move down there, get a job and start fresh, start new, and then if it's meant for me to go back to college, then I think I will.
During a press briefing, CBS 6's Tom Eschen asked the College of St. Rose President Marcia White why students didn't know in September.
We did not make a determination way back then that we were closing the college, nor did we think we were going to have to close the college.
One of the biggest disappointments for students, finding out about the closure from media and not the school.
We didn't get an email from our president for like 3 hours later. What were you doing?
And the only reason that I'm not a wreck and in tears is I am so angry at the fact that our students, our faculty, our employees, the parents of our students had to hear this news in the press rather than from us today. There couldn't have been an opportunity to give them advance notice because the decision to close was only made yesterday.
The closure will also be a major hit to nearby businesses, some saying it will impact them by 50% of their sales. Tune in tonight at 11 p.m. to hear just how much business owners and employees say students and faculty support the local economy.
Now, last fall, St. Rose announced the Teacher Pipeline Initiative program to recruit more students. The program aiming to tackle declining enrollment at the college and the nationwide teacher shortage hitting districts all across the country. President Marcia White says the school is a critical education pipeline for several industries.
Nursing and teachers and social work and law enforcement. So when you close the College of St. Rose, you close that pipeline.